Sorry for the big message. What big message, Molfile? What? Did I miss something? I just didn't understand, Molfile, what you were asking. Streamlink? I don't know what Streamlink. Okay. All right, so I think what do we want to do for this? Brentford NeoVim setup for first time user. I mean, I like mine, I guess. It's gliding that pipes a stream into media player rather than watching the browser. Use it no problem for other streamers. Oh, that's weird. No, I don't know. I don't think I have anything set up so that it would be not possible to do. I would be happy for people to be able to do that. So I don't know. It's weird. Okay. Let's do something like int count is 0. And let's just do something like count plus equals v, like this. Assert int count equals 3. Adding up sums to 3. Right? Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Tea Kettle. Yeah, no problem, Supu. It's a bit up, but I want to ask if there is something before the returned pointer allocated by Malik that is useful or important. If there is something before the returned pointer. I still don't know what you mean, like before the pointer. All file. Didn't work for the YouTube stream. Oh, nice. Okay. What do you think about Ghosty? It seems good. I don't know that I have like a ton of improvements compared to Wesderm or anything, but I like it so far. I like Mitchell too, so it's like, I don't know. I don't have any strong opinions about it. What are you doing? Can you explain in short? Sure, I'm working on my course for boot.dev. And we're building exercises for people to run. I'm wondering what for each macro. Let's see. I'm wondering what people do, like that's weird. That's not what I want to do. Like, what are, because I've done something similar. For each, right? We have like we do something similar here. In memory ahead of the use port. I think it's probably implementation dependent, Molfile. I don't know. I don't think you're supposed to make any assumptions about what happens to any of the memory besides the block that's returned to you from Malik. Yeah, like we have this one, which is basically the same. So currently the process can be safely deleted, otherwise mutating lists while using tutorials. Yeah, does that make sense? I think I understand what you're asking now. I just wasn't sure what you were asking. Yeah, I think this one is probably like similar to what we want to do. So we'll need to say the stack that we're going to do, right? And then we say what we want the index to be called and what we want the value to be called. And then we go to index, index, index. And probably if we're being smart, we go, well, does this, we probably should do this. This is good, like, that's not what I want to surround our inner word with this. There we go. It's probably the right move for each of these. I think this will still work for each of these. I don't think that one matters, but we'll do it just in case. And then body, we'll call this code. I do like that. We're doing so good. We're gonna take it hopefully out this month. Is generics better or Malik? Ooh, good question. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Malik. Be nice if you had a keystroke display so we could see some of the shortcuts you use in Vim. I do have the capability, but every time I put it on, people say it's not useful, and I agree. Are you using default color scheme? No, I've got my own. C-Course on boot up before GTA 6. Yes, because it's going to be this mod. Shut up, boy. Why what? Can you do series creating a text editor, please, using SDL2? No, but I was thinking I have all of the stuff done for Tree Sitter from scratch, which I wanted to do. I was kind of wondering if we should do like mini text editor from scratch in Odin. Too fast. That's the main problem, yeah. It's just like not super useful because I hit a lot of things in a row. You know what I'm saying? So it's like better to just ask, oh, how did you do this? And I can tell you, than try and figure out which of the things on the screen matched up to me pressing something. Yeah, I am using Ghosty. Oh, is generics better or Malik? Well, I'm just saying it's pretty hard to have code without Malik ever. This looks like fun. Reminds me of Go. Yeah, C, or Go like borrows a lot of ideas from C for sure. Okay, so this is pretty good. I think this is a good example of what you can do inside of here to like solve some of these, although I don't think we'll actually end up using this. Whoops. Now this should fail because it should be 15. Now that should be work. 10 plus 5. Okay, great. Like I would see, you haven't written some Rust. I do want to write some C. That's exactly like kind of what we're going for. Why am I using Ghosty? I wanted to try it out. And it's been good so far. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, Mohit, very cool. We'll also publish some YouTube stuff for it as well. Do you have some key binding for surrounding words and quotes or parentheses? Yes, you can do, so like hello. So the one that I use is mini surround here. So there's a few different ways you can do it, but most of them involve pressing S. So it's surround around inner word, single quote, or surround around inner word, parentheses, or surround around inner word, whoops, around an inner word, right, parentheses, right? So it just puts the word. So you can do surround adds, surround add, whoops, surround delete, surround replace, surround find, surround highlight, some other stuff like this. So mini surround. T-Pope also has an excellent one that's good too, just called Vim surround. Nice. Okay, very cool. What are some good projects for learning C once you have the basics down? You could try and recreate like a CLI tool that you use, like LS or something. Those are good. Like I think a lot of CLI tools, system style things, like they're good to just try and write your own in C. You don't have to implement everything, you know what I mean? But it's like they're manageable projects to actually start from somewhere and get to a finished thing, which I think is really nice. In this optional lesson, we'll work on creating a stack for each macro that lets us iterate over each of the key of the index value pairs of a stack T, and then write the body of the block. This is usually, I wouldn't normally recommend this for a simple data structure like a stack, because it often obscures what is actually happening. But sometimes you may do this in a C project because the underlying data structure might change, or because there is something tricky with managing the keys or values themselves. Music playlist? It's Monster Cat Chill. We probably should have really clear ending goal, otherwise it's way too easy to get overwhelmed. Yeah. I think like re-implement LS is like a good example. Thanks. Is there anything that works on Nux 3, Vue.js, and Neon that has a config I can like strictly to hover autocomplete functionality? I don't know what's the LSP that like people use for Vue. I have no idea. We're working on my C course. Okay. Could you say VC code? Yeah, venture capital coding, totally allowed. But how should I censor VS code? Well, that one you have to do with AI. There's no other way to do it, actually. There's a project also in C, Kilo, to build text editor. Teach so much about term. Oh, nice. Very cool. Yeah, there's tons of great projects in C to try and build things from scratch. So we need to do like writing macros. So far, the only macros that you've done are either very simple or like built it, or I think that the only macros in this course have been very simple items. This is the first one where we will pass some arguments to a macro. The macro arguments start off yeah, that's fine. Define, add these A, B, C, A plus B plus C. Later, int x is add these 1, 2, 3. Whoops, I want to do like this. Int x is 1 plus 2 plus 3. Question, but I noticed you're programming in C, 3 months in learning CPP, and I wanted to create a GUI. Not sure where to start. You need to learn how to create a GUI. I don't know. You gotta pick a library or something to do GUI shenanigans, Bradley. There's a lot of options like like Qt and other stuff like this. Yeah. You look really you really looks different, but in a good way. Oh, from when I had long hair or something. So Remedium file and I'll update the imported path for you. There are plugins for that. They're usually language dependent. Yeah. Okay. However, just directly using arguments in your macros is not a great idea. Usually, you want to wrap them with in the macro body, because C macros are just literal text replacements. For example, if we do this, int x is add these 1 divided by 2, or let's say like 10. Oh, what's a good example? If we did like multiplying or something, it would mess it up. Multiply these, A, B, C, A times B times C. And we do define, whoops, multiply these. Oh, whoops, that's what I meant to do. Here, if we do 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 3. Int x is 1 plus 1 times 2 plus 2 times 3 plus 3. Notice how order of operations will make this have a very different result than what you intended. What you likely intended. Because instead of evaluating these items, what do I want to say, chat? Oh, right. Like function arguments, where they are evaluated before getting passed to a function. These are passed directly as copy and paste into the macro. So a better multiply these macro would look like, we'll take this. No, that's not what happens. That's not what happens when you do this. That's why I'm showing like this here. Yeah, Bradley, I've never made a GUI in C++, so I'm not probably the right person to ask. Yeah, that's exactly the point that I'm making, though. So you're correct. Feel it's a pretty niche space for modern interaction platforms, especially with C. I'm not sure. There's like a few different options for stuff that we're gonna do after this. I'm not sure exactly where we're gonna land on some of the items. So I don't know yet. This will give you the result you want. When you also consider that things like dot are are operators with their own precedence, you should be able to see how without parentheses you may get very unexpected results. So it's quite common in C macros to always put parentheses around your arguments. Okay, so that's number one. Then we also want to say writing macros. What else do we need to probably include for this if we're going to say here? Oh, yeah. We should do writing macros, where to define. If you want a macro to only be available in a particular file, you should define it in a .c file so that it cannot be included. However, in our example, we want other users of our stack library to be able to use stack for each, so we should define it in our header, or in our, we'll say, .h file, so it can be included. If we did not put it in our .h file, there is nothing to be included by other, I don't know, C files. I probably don't even need to say that. We already basically say it. I've been working on it regularly. We're almost done. It's gonna get released this month. Okay? Okay? Then I want to say I started using Mim thanks to Kickstarter. Oh, nice. Very cool, Bradley. You have info on asset creation? What? Been a while since I talked to. Not a game. No. My boot dev course. Hopefully. Remind me 3 months. Shut up, Gorge. Writing, macros, good practice. If you want to have a variable be defined in a macro and used later, it's best practice to include the name of that variable as one of the arguments. For our stack for each macro, we should include a stack. We should include the following arguments. Stack, the stack t to iterate over, index, the name of the index variable we are going to use, value, the name of the value, the name of the index variable which holds the index for the current iteration. Actually, just say the index for the current iteration, the value for the current iteration, which makes sense. And then we have code, the body of the loop, which will get executed for every iteration. You're moving back to the event after 3 years. Doom Emacs after discovering they have Magid alter. Well, there are a few more. Yeah, boot dev course on memory management. C# or Java. I don't know. It's up to you. Eggs or tofu? Usually eggs. What else do we need to tell them to be able to write this? So we told them that they should define it in their .c. So why VS Code does not has to be censored? Is it because it's not practical or not cool dev practices? No, it's just because they're lying about being open source. Chat can explain if you don't know. Can you help me figure out my life? Maybe. I don't know. Probably I'd need more info than that, but yeah. I guess I probably don't have to do this, right? Like, this one should be fine. Because I don't think you can put anything here that would be valid otherwise. I think this one's okay. You ever after and Helix period? Now just say found your Kickstarter. Oh, nice. Hey, thanks, C3PO. Sentiment is good enough for today. Nice. How's Helix? It seems cool. But Arca, the real short answer is I just think, like, if you think Microsoft loves open source because they made VS Code, then you probably should, like, look up Pylance and other of their, like, LSPs. Or like the TS server situation, trying to understand like why if they really love open source, then why aren't those properly open sourced, right? Toggle chat overlay on Twitch rather than streamer just restreaming it through broadcast. Yeah. Well, it's nice for VODs, right? Like I upload the VODs to YouTube, so it's nice for people to be able to see what I'm responding to. It's otherwise pretty confusing.
Made properly tail recursive, like.
Oh, hey, thanks, Alex. Appreciate that. Oh, for 3 months. EEE mentioned again. Yep. Oh, it took 12 hours. Nice, Arca. At least they don't do IntelliFence way. Were you saying making people pay for a product? I like when people pay for products.
Focus is.
Hey, thanks, Swims.
Oh, it's focused.
Oh, it's focused, boys. It's focused. Yeah, which I mean, Mohit, it's not like I don't blame Microsoft for trying to make money. with VS Code. I just don't really like how they sort of positioned it as like, oh, we're truly loving open source. Like, that's why we bleep it. Also because it's funny. And sometimes you're allowed to do stuff, chat, just because it's funny. You know what I mean? Like, like sometimes you just reply to the president because it's funny. For the sake of it being funny. That's it. That's all. And some people are going to take that really seriously. And then you should say, maybe it's time to get off the internet for a little while. Like, hug your kids. Do that instead, you know? Yeah. That's my advice. What if I don't have kids and am a kid? Then start building a life where you can have kids, because it's awesome if you want to have them. Not saying everyone has to have them. Blah, blah, blah. Internet. Whine, whine, whine. Complain. But it's great having kids. Also, stop using Arch Linux. Well, exactly. That's why I said start building a life where you can have kids. Step 1. Stop using Arch. Duh. Of course, it goes almost without saying. It's literally step 1. Maybe even step 0. What's up, Bavesh? .NET who loves and uses... Nice, movie. Very cool. 3D print your kid. Stop. I don't. Nice, Prom. You're already on the way. You're already on the way. They'll become annoying 3-year-olds. Dude, my 3-year-old is awesome. I love hanging out with him. He tires me out, though. He does tire me out. That part's for sure. I wonder... I think I can actually just do this, which is kind of goofy. But we'll do this instead. Here's 100 question from here. I am. What file explorer? I use oil. Suddenly, Emily from business starts talking to me. Coincidence? I think not. Exactly. Down to code with Emacs? Sure. Billy could use JS, Blender, and Unreal Engine. Yeah. 25-year-old. I'm surprised when people learn they have children. Thank you. I'm 30. I mean, I'm not that far away from 25. You know, Chad. I'm still young, right? You right? I remember when I turned 30 and it was so funny because half of chat is like, you're ancient, and the other half is like, I would kill to be 30 again. I would literally kill somebody if someone offered me that shit. I would kill. But it's good. It's very fun. But I appreciate it. Look like 25. That's nice. That's nice. I really appreciate that. Feels good, chat. Not as good as when someone told me I have Hollywood energy. Or Hollywood, I don't remember what they said, but it was a compliment. Similar to NeoVim Default Explorer, like how it is in Emacs. I don't know. I'm not sure that it's like makes sense for NeoVim Core. I think that that's probably pretty good. So, assignment. Using the above, write a stack for each macro in stack.h. That can be used to iterate over each of the index value pairs in a stack. There is an example usage in the tests. What distro are you on? I use Pop! OS. As a 35-year-old, I can probably say I'm closer to 30 than 25. That's true. I don't enjoy Lisp at all. Your Hollywood hero. Pragma once. It's like it's a macro to make it so that you don't have to write like if def snake stack h blah 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 blah, then define blah blah and a bunch of other stuff. It just says only include this file one time, which is good. That's what you want to have. All right, so this should be here. Oops. I don't know why I didn't grab those two. We want to take all of this here and delete that, and then we'll go to here, and then we'll go here, and then we'll take all of this here. Yeah, like this. That's good. Okay, so that seems pretty good. I think that's all of them for chapter 8. Git commit. Oh, I know what I need to do though. Check out main, git pull, because Lane merged this underneath. Check out the memory, chapter 8. Git commit m, chapter 8. Updating exercises. Boom. Almost committed to a dead branch. Classic. Thanks, Lane. What does Debian lacks, which Pop OS has? The reason I like Pop is because I have System 76 hardware, and they just make sure it always works really well. So I really don't care about anything else. Like I've got the System 76 desktop right here. I bought it with my own money. So just so it's clear, although I would love to have a System 76 promo code if they ever do those. I want one. I want to shill for them. I'll shill for them anyways though. And like I've upgraded multiple long-term versions. I've done a factory like reset thingy. I've done my own blah blah blah, etc. Every time works flawlessly. Never have any problems. It's great. My own money. Well, I mean, to be fair, it was chat's money. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know about the experience with NVIDIA drivers. I got an AMD when I bought this from them. With chat's money. True, good point, Gorange. Good point. It's a fair point. Okay. Check out memory chapter 9. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Git branch dash D memory chapter 9. Get checkout B. There we go. We'll do that. Okay. Let's just quit out of everything here. What do we change here? All right, cool. That's great. Yeah, we'll do this. Objects. Creating objects for Snakelang. Okay. Why don't you use Fugitive? I just don't. I just never felt like I really needed it. Seems good. Does anyone use the Pop OS? What do you mean? I'm using it right now. Except for Cosmic. Yeah, I tried it out. It's pretty cool. I have a laptop from them. That one they did send me. But that was after I already bought my own PC, by the way. And I tried Cosmic on it. It's pretty cool. 76. What cost? I don't know. It depends what one you get. Oh, I don't like this thing. Yeah. Before chat's money. Okay, true. Good point. Good point. Going first to do cherry pick. Yeah. Most of the projects I work on, I just don't need that these days, right? When will the C course come out? This month. This month. Have you talked about the TS server being deprecated and to use TSLS? I don't know. Is that a thing? I don't know what that is, Worm. I don't really write a lot of JS, so I don't know. Stream from the same machine? No, I've got a separate machine that does the actual like video and OBS and stuff. So that if I turn this computer off, it's fine. Like I could restart it. We could do whatever we need to do. It doesn't get messed up. You know what I mean? I think it's nice to have two different ones. Just use a ThinkPad. It just works. How old were you first had a kid? We had our first kid when I was 26, I guess. 26 or 27, in that range. But we wanted to have a kid sooner than that. Just didn't happen. Thanks, Admiral. I have a lot of fun posting on there. People don't know it, but it's possible to have fun on the internet. Oh, man. Plus 10,000 aura when you buy a ThinkPad T420 to Uniclass. Everyone thinks you're the real deal. Thinking about Uniclass is minus 1 million aura. Minus 1 million. So it doesn't matter how many plus auras you get from just bringing anything. Don't be thinking about what your classmates think in Uniclass. That's minus 1 million aura. Not available in yet. That stuff, yeah. Okay. Objects in C? No way. Do you use System 76 laptop or desktop? I use both, but mostly my desktop. I don't really do a lot from my laptop. Really class or, but rather a high-level data structure holds some data. For example, know what type of data the size the data holds, the data itself, and how many references to itself. At least for our first version of a garbage collector. Complete the structure, distinct object structures, break down everything type def, yeah, enum, yeah, union, yep. So we've gone over all those. They already know everything here. I'll need to record this video, so I'll do to do TJ DeVries so that I can find this again later. This is when COVID I need 4 people attend the on-site class. Wait, but then it's even less mattering what their classmates think, or what are you even talking about then? Oh man. All right, one sec, chat. Let me go grab maybe a little more coffee. Actually, do I have some more? I need to get some water is what I need. So I got enough. Let me get some water. Go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Speaking of shilling, did you guys know you can go to terminal.shop right now and you can purchase some artisan blend coffee while supplies last? It's just scope the reason you can't afford a better laptop. Nice. Okay, well then I won't say anything next time, Goran, when you say it. I'll just agree, and then we won't have to spam copium. You know, hydrate. Exactly. Thanks, Alia. All right, complete the missing sections of snake object struct. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna do this, which this should have file instructions to complete the header file. Yep, we're gonna do all those, and then we just do this. And we can say this. Okay, this though definitely needs to be here so they can see the test. Duh. Okay, that's good. Whoops. I didn't mean to quit out of everything. Yeah, okay, we're good. We're good there. So that's our very first one. So then what we need to do is let's start simple integer object. We're going to think integer, regular C integers, snake integer. It's allocated in the heap, store additional metadata. So for now, it's just this type. I keep forgetting. I need to turn this plugin off. I don't like it. Complete the snake integer function in snake object C. It should use malloc to calculate for a new pointer. Yeah. Okay, awesome. So that's great. What do we have changing here? Read only. Nice. Because this should be exactly the same. Okay, this doesn't have anything. We need to be putting these tests in. Okay, awesome. Snake object, standard lib. Yeah. Okay, that's good. New snake integer. Very cool. Main.c looks like this. This should run just fine. Yep, and it just works with each of these. So that's cool. And then this should definitely have this in there. Oops.
No, it's just Chuck Testa.
What up, roasted? Oh, new oil user. Yeah, I like oil. All right. Snakeling needs floats. Obviously, how else will all the crypto rules, right? We're floating point bugs into the smart contracts. Big brain. You need to edit 2 files in this lesson, stake object C and stake object H. Add new enum value float. Yep. All of that's really good. Very cool. So we go here. This should be running just fine. Very cool. This needs to be like this. Okay. Snake object C. Now this should have that. Beautiful. And then this should not have float and should not have this. Wonderful. We should probably go ahead and say so how do we store both floats and ints into the same type? We're going to use the union and enum features in C to be able to do this, just like we discussed in previous chapters. You will need to extend the existing unions. We'll say snake object kind and snake object data types to be able to include both ints and floats. And we will continue to add more types in the following chapters to exercise your newfound mastery of memory management. Boom. What up, Roasted, though? It's good to see you. Wonder if people who learn this way end up adopting test-driven development. I think TDD is fine if you're doing it the right way. There you go. TJ just got Neovim, but I'm not understanding your only video. What do you mean? You don't? What part do you not understand? Will this be in deeper learning on boot dev or in the first section? It's going to fit in right about explain the right way. Not possible. It's gonna go right here. When I have spell checker on, I use Vims. Yeah. Right in that spot. What I mean by that is there's ways you can write tests that are, one, not helpful. You can also write tests that are anti-helpful, as in they make your project move slower and be worse, right? So it's more than just saying like, oh, I wrote some tests, now it's good. Or, oh, I had my AI generate 100 new tests, so now it's well tested. That's not really the case. It's much more complicated than that. You need tests that, right here. It'll be right here, in between personal project and learn go. Give me an example, please. Sure. If you have something where you hard code the implementation just reversed into the test, it's not going to help you, right? Because okay, well, you just wrote the same code again. Or if all of your tests are just crazy amounts of mock driven development, then you're going to spend all your time writing mocks and not testing anything that's real. Hey, Typecraft. So there's lots of stuff that don't benefit from just writing random tests, right? I'll give you an example of one that's really good, though. A really good one would be something like snapshot tests. So let me think, what's a good... I did this for Octane, which you can see some of it here. This is an example of a test that I think is really nice, because what it does is it generates this is for a library that generates basically SQL helper stuff, right? And so what it does is it runs all of the code and then it spits out the result. And then the test is just diffing these. And if it's diffed, I can choose to accept the test or not. Very easy to update. That means we can move quick, but also tests everything. That's good. And I don't have to fake anything. Also good. If I had to write a million mocks and load up a fake database and make a fake database and also, I don't know, don't think it's worth it. So yeah, But like, if it's just like, I wrote a function that sums a list of integers, I should write a test to make sure it sums all the integers. That's not really that helpful. And then what if you wanted to change it from being a list to a set? Now you also have to change the test. And then you're like, oh, the test is broke. And someone's like, well, I can't change the underlying data structure. It breaks the test. And then you have all this problem, right? Or something like this. Seriously, yeah, Lane is creating an unsafe work environment though. Lane gave me 50 subs and I showed feet. I kind of regret it. Should have asked for 100 at least. Just where it's how I want things to do, and often my code doesn't actually do what I want, just something that through Ultramariner still works, just very wrong. Helps me a lot. How I want this thing to do, and often my code doesn't actually do what I want, just... I'm not sure if I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying I have a magic wand that I can wave to teach you how to write good tests. I don't think I write good tests all the time, but it's not, I'm saying it is certainly not enough to just say that you have tests. Yeah, you should do tutor first, Aryan. Right, like that part is certainly true. I'm writing a test right now. Ooh, nice. We do test that it's float, right? We should, yeah, okay, nice. We do that. Okay. We'll just change that one to submit, it's fine. Think about edge cases. The borders? Can someone tell me if I can convert a text file to PDF using TextLive with fast APIs? Like store code hierarchy, push that string, delete file? I don't know. I'm not familiar with this problem. Vim is probably work on multiple files at once, like comparing multiple implementations in separate files. Do you have any recommendations for such workflows? I don't know. I'd maybe use splits. I'm not sure workflow. Okay, so that seems good. Oh, we need to make sure. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that's good. And sweet, they have to add that as well. Awesome. And that's good. Okay, so now we can add string. Now we're going to do for something additional allocated. We allocate memory for snake object. That reserves memory for the object itself. So directly in the object. So there's no need for additional memory allocation. Strings are for different stories. Strings can see our array of characters. We need to allocate. We say probably dynamically allocate memory for the string data separately from the object itself. Can you mock my mops? Did you wish Prime happy birthday? Not yet. I probably will later though. My string is a pointer to character array. The character contains hello world. The extra spot is small terminator. It's like add a new enum value snake string, add new string field v string, declare the new snake string function. Yep. Is it real? I thought I was trolling. What do you mean? Need to train more on layout. I got my Vimotions, but layout panel management. Yeah, if you're wanting to compare two things, I would just like split them and then look at the two files, right? That seems pretty good. That's a good example. Okay, copies value. Yep, that's good. Now we should go down here and we should say 21J. We say free the string and then free the object. Yep. Someone asked if he has B-Day twice a year and Prime said, yeah, you know, Chad keeps trolling. So I assume this is troll too. And I'm pretty sure today is his real birthday. Unless he was trolling me in DMs, which, like, I'm not saying that's not possible. It seems like something he would do, but you know what I mean? Like, it seems like something he would do, but he told me it was his birthday for real. So take that with what what you will. Vector 3 is going to impersonate other than hold reference to another string object. It's a collection type that holds other types. Arrays, lists, dictionaries, sets are all examples of collection types. We won't implement all of those types in this course, but they each will follow the same pattern that we're establishing here with vector 3. So you could implement them if you wanted. Whoops. I should probably say Python, maybe tuple, that contains exactly 3 snake object elements. Yeah. Hey, see problem. Split cannot have tabs, right? That's what I envision, I think. Well, you could have different tabs with different splits. I'm not sure what you're talking about, workflow. Snake object H, add a new enum value. And create a new object. New struct. Each field should be a snake laying object pointer. Here's an example of the syntax. We don't need to do this. We already know how to do structs. They don't need that. Add a new snake vector t field to object data called vvector3. Yep, declare the new v snake. Yep. Note that the vvector3 field is not a pointer to a vector 3 value, but instead directly allocated inside of the struct. That's because we already know the size of the vector. It's only 3 pointers. I don't know, I'd say wide. And we can directly include it in the snake object data t type. If you wanted, you could allocate this and do one pointer jump, which could reduce the size of the snake object data t type, but we won't do that in this course. After this, we will show how to include a dynamically sized array in snake object data t, which will force us to use a pointer. Then, in snake object C, basically make G objects but variable, new GT processing. That I would like to see. Well, I mean, you could. This is how you would make, like, you know, objects in another language, but I don't think that it's super practical. You can make other decisions to make them work better and other stuff like this, but yeah. If any of them are null, return null. Allocate memory for a new pointer. Yep. Set the kind field to the appropriate enum. Create a new snake vector txyz. Add vvector with pointer to the snake object. Yep, that's exactly right. That's good. That's good. So when we go to complete here, we should have this. Yep. And then we should say free all of our objects. Okay, that's great. And we can do the same thing. Free all of our objects. Okay, so that's great. That looks good. This should be... Okay, that's awesome. We should have everything here. Yep. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then this should not have this. Yep. Okay, cool. That looks good. That looks good. Now it's time to add a dynamically sized array to Snakelang. We're going to do this in 2 parts. First, we'll just create an empty array. In a later lesson, we'll make it useful. So we need to do this called array, create a new struct that has 2 fields, elements and size, add a new snake array t field, create a new snake array function. Snake object t can a new snake array, accept size, allocate memory, yep. Allocation fails, free the first snake object, return null, yep. All that looks good. Looks good. Okay. Alright, so then we need to decide what we're gonna do for this, right? So we should create a new snake array. We should probably assert int obj kind array. That makes sense. Assert int obj the array. What do we put inside of array here? Like maybe use pages and as defrag, and for some reason this thing kept writing beyond allocated memory once you the correct values. Should not crash and return all the correct values. Nice, Lemon. That seems crazy. So we need to check the size, that it's the right size. The array or data. Whoops. Data. The array size equals to must set size to 2, something like this. Still works. Yep. Because what else do we have here? We have size, we have an element. Do we make them allocate this? We just malloc it, so we're not really going to say anything about what's currently in there. Wonder if we should make them alloc this instead. Because like if they they should all be null. I feel like that's probably better. Oops. Because I think each of them should be null to start with until we set something. I think that that's the most reasonable one. Assert pointer null. Whoops. The array elements 0. Should use calloc to create data, right? Oops. So this won't work because this is not. Oh, am I? I think I'm just getting lucky though, aren't I? I should probably be doing. Whoops. Yeah, probably. We should make. Oops. I always forget too which order it is. Doesn't really matter, I think, but size. Yeah, so we need to switch these. There we go. That's better. What's up, Tea Kettle? Is this Darude Sandstorm? Sure is. Did song not work? I wonder, that only does it for me? Thought it should work for everybody. I'll have to check that again later. PHP. Do you want another Lambo? Well, right now, I just forgot to change the thumbnail. But I will probably write some more PHP soon. I'm hoping to. Alright, awesome. So let's go ahead and go here, and then let's say, note. Make sure to use calloc when allocating, so there is no junk in our array to start. Something like this. Showed people how I ordered coffee we were drinking. It was priceless seeing all of them so confused. Nice. That's so funny, Cam. Nice. That's right. Yeah, I ordered a coffee from this. They don't have a website. Oh man, that's good. I'm glad you got some giggles out of it. That's awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. Yeah, so we should do this. All of the memory, all of the pointers, or let's say all of the pointers in the array should be set to null to start. Okay. Ordered coffee from SSH terminal.shop like this. You just SSH to this, and then you can, add coffee. Oh, I'm feeling more of the artisan blend. It's a limited run blend. If you're a big PHP fan, maybe you'd want this. It's what we brought to Laracon. It's very delicious. Actually, what I'm drinking right now. Maybe you need a little decaf in your life. You throw in one of those, right? You can throw them in, and then you just go through the cart, check out, etc. You know what I mean? You just close out. Done. I'm doing great, RD, yeah. I use my System 76 laptop, but not like for stream stuff. Yeah. What's up, Mama? Hey, welcome. Okay, so that's good. Check how much has been allocated. Check that the array is empty. Yep, so that seems good. Free our objects, right? So we want to just double check. That seems good. 4K. 4K what? That's where I got it because I liked it. Nice, completely derailed. I could see how that would derail a lot of things. Yeah. Okay, that seems good. And then this should be here. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so that all seems good. So probably now I need to go through. This part's going to be a little bit annoying, but such is life, chat. Such is life. We need to go here, and wherever we have snake, object, T, elements. Need to go to each of these. This one's fine because we don't have this yet. New snake array. Ooh, uh-oh. Well, that's not good either. New snake array. That's actually probably the thing we need to fix the most, right? Is because I think we don't have the same code for each of these, which is not great. Oh, I need to fix that. I guess. Yeah. Okay, we'll fix this in a second. VidMotion's shop approved. Exactly. I want pearl flavor, convoluted and impossible to understand what I just drank. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so I think we just need to go to each of these. And what I need to do is we need to keep our good one here, which is array, and we'll go to complete here, and we'll go down to this one. We want to just yoink this and go here, and we'll paste that in. Okay, so that's good. And we want to do the same thing here, because we want those to be exactly the same. Don't need that one. That one we don't need to do yet. They need to actually write that, so that makes sense. Okay, that's kind of annoying. we'll go to here and go back to this one, I guess, because it got confused. Whatever. Okay, that's good. Did I do this already? This one I did? I did. Nope, I didn't do this one. Okay. Okay, cool. So that should be all of them. That should be all of them, and they should all have C. Alec now, so that's good. Just gonna close out of this because I'm worried that I will scuff one of them otherwise. Should be mostly that each of them switch just to using C. Alec instead, which is good. Okay, nice. I use Neovim. So this should be memory 9, fic 9, start fix. We should also do switch to C. Alec, among other stuff, but it's fine. Just make sure that I don't lose those beforehand. Okay. So we were on array. Which I think we're good now. We should just double check. Yep, that one's good. That's good. And that's good too. Awesome. Can make empty arrays. It's pretty useless, but at least the bones are there, and we're gonna do 2 new functions: snake array set, snake array get. This is like when you would do array 3 equals new value in Python. This is effectively, there we go. Print array 7 in Python. Do nothing. I already did this part for you. Please do reference in order to, as you work on the .c. In Snake H, complete the snake array set function first. It should accept snake object. Yep. Okay, that's a good explanation. All right, so let's run this. This should work. Great. Okay, awesome. That's great. Oh, did I check to make sure that this was okay? Once again, I did not remember to put that there. That's good. Snake array set, return false, beautiful. Beautiful. And for some reason we didn't include that, so that's good. Those should all be set now. Snake object 8, wonderful. Hey, it's VS, by the way. What? What? Nice. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Yeah, X does really well. The broadcast on X looks good. Hey, thanks, Eric. It's bad connections. Oh, interesting. VS isn't terrible if you're in a pinch when Neovim offers a way smoother experience. I think lots of people can be very productive in either one. Not really like you shouldn't use it or anything. That's not really my style. You should use the one that you like. Okay, so get and set. That's great. Now that we have all sorts of snake objects, integers, slots, arrays, etc., we need a convenient way to get the length of any snake object.
Made it properly tail recursive, like
Just
okay, well,
like
it's actually
how
my
in
favorite.
Python, you can do Python. Is it just length? Print length of x. You don't have to know the value of x ahead of time. You know that Python's length function can accept approximately any, Python object. Struggling on the Python Asteroids project on boot dev, may need to go retake OP course, cannot actually craft it, or I'm just slow. Yeah, that's pretty tough, Cam. Yeah, it's tough to get through lots of... Oh, hey, thanks for the Prime, by the way. It can be tough to get other stuff done in addition to work, yeah. I'd like a suckless style Vim where plugins are patches. Yeah, you could do that right now. Any iterable. Thank you, yeah. Yeah, we should just say that as well. We'll just say... we want to add the same capability to Snakelang. Whoops. If the input is an integer, it's always 1. Float, always 1. If it's a string, it's length of the string. Vector 3 is always 3. All right, cool. So that's great. So that's what we want to do. That's awesome. Okay, those are all passing still. Let's do sequencer collection. Yeah, it's sort of like, it's fine. Test vector 3, test array. That's all good. Okay, cool. So that looks great. Okay, then we need snake object. The only difference here is we don't have that. Wonderful. Bada boom, bada bing. And then this, we need to get as well. And I don't think we need to change anything here. We just put this. Okay, that's good. X lives. Well, I'm still reading X chat though. So there's that. I got you, Milos. Yeah, it's fun. It's sort of like it's just a sort of side point to be like, oh, I get it. Like length can go called on objects. You know what I'm saying? Do you have any advice for determining where you're at in relation to peers with similar years of experience? Yeah, it's mostly that I think it's not super helpful to compare to other people. Instead, you should just examine your own life and you're deciding if you're doing what you think you can do to be successful at meeting your goals. With Python, you'll be familiar with how Python have an add method. It allows developers to explore different types of objects. I suggest that it bugs much more than other services. Ah, bummer. I know they're working a lot on it, which is exciting. I'm excited to see what comes out. With an array, we probably want to work like this. In snake after C, complete the snake add function. It accepts 2 pointers, A and B, to snake object and returns pointer to snake object. We want Snakelang addition to work like either input is null, return null. Yep. If A is an integer, if B is an integer, new snake integer with sum. If B is a float, return new snake float. Anything else, invalid operation, return null. If A is a float, same things. If A is a string, return null. Otherwise, calculate the length of 2 strings. Create a new string with combined length. Use stircat. Yep. Create a new snake string. Yep. A is a vector 3. We won't implement like subtract, multiply, or divide. But each of these would follow the same pattern, right? determine the behavior you want for each of the types. Switch on the types of each of your input values. Return a new snake object if valid. Otherwise, return null. You now have a sort of way to implement a functioning arithmetic for your Snakeline. Yeah. Python Dunder Magic, yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying though, Tarballs? Like, I don't think that it's super helpful to like just be comparing, especially just based on like years of experience or other stuff like this. I just don't think that it's a super like helpful metric. Oh, did I not include? Really? What? I didn't include main? Oh my goodness. At least I've grown since last year. Yeah, I think that's a very good place to be starting and to be thinking about. It's also sort of just like everybody is so different. Different life, different goals, different everything. It's like it's just pretty hard to compare yourself with other people. Your experiences are going to be vastly different in teams and different teams. Yeah, and just different like technologies and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, it's just I just made senior at my company with a very small team, and I don't know where that translates at other companies or whether my current environment is bottlenecking me from the best I can be. See, that's a much better question, right? That's a much better question than just like comparing to other people of similar like age or experience. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty impossible to compare titles at most companies because it's just like everything's made up. It's basically whose line is it anyways? You know what I mean? Like everything's made up and the points don't matter. That's pretty much what titles are at companies. So I wouldn't worry too much necessarily about like what title it is. But yeah, the current environment bottlenecking me. I think there's things you can learn basically at most any place. You know what I'm saying? Which is gaining ground more, Rust or Go. Well, I think Go is probably crushing Rust in terms of like total ground covered. Like if someone asked me, I need to get a job, which one should I learn? I'd say Go probably. But it just depends what you mean. They're very different languages that I would use for very different projects. Okay, so that's this chapter. Awesome. I meant how many big companies up to Go or Rust. Completely depends what you're asking about. But I think like I mean I've written lots of Go professionally and I've written a decent amount of Rust professionally. But like definitely just by the numbers, I feel like way more have done Rust. What about Go or VimScript? Probably more people have written VimScript at a company. Okay, that seems pretty good. Ref counting garbage collector. Implement a basic reference counting garbage collector for Snakelang. I mean, I'd use Rust for learning or patch for it. Wouldn't expect to get a job with it, but I'm outside the US. There are jobs here in Go. Yeah, I think so. Are you leveraging an AI for your coding? I use some AI stuff, yeah. Wouldn't expect to get a job with it. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I have been paid to write Rust before. But yeah, I think it's a lot tougher to get a job. Especially like entry-level Rust. I don't know how many like entry-level Rust jobs they are. You know what I'm saying? It's like I think there's got to be 1,000 times more entry-level Go jobs. You know what I mean? You're like, I don't even know who would hire an entry-level Rust job. Yeah, that's entry-level Rust job, LOL. That's what I feel like, you know? Oh, oh man. All right. Things are getting spicy. Yeah, so I don't know. So we'll see. All right, so we'll need to do a video for this one at some point. I'm not gonna sell live with the Primogen. What happened to that project? What do you mean? What do you mean what happened with that project? What project are you talking about? I've been live with Prime a bunch. So we need to do a whole video for this still. Yeah, the PHP one. Well, we used it. We used the PHP one for the basketball game, and we played that afternoon. Are you building a game? Me and Prime building a game? I don't think so. I mean, we might build some games inside of Vim. Like, we might build Vim Arcade, but we haven't, like, started that yet. RefCount field to snake object. This field should be initialized to one when creating a new snake object. Because it is now. We are. Because of the reference. Because we created it. I would probably. I don't know. So I need to include some info here. So. Are garbage collectors collectively going away? I don't think so. Why would you? I think. What? What? Are you saying like you don't think JavaScript's going to be written in like a year? What do you mean? What? Guys, there's no way. There's no way GCs are going away anytime soon. Think you will build nvim plugin for VS? I don't know why I would do that. How do you guys learn other libraries for your projects? Seem to be getting held back because I can't seem to follow the libraries that I'm using. You got to build a lot of stuff. You got to practice. Just like same question of asking like, hey, musician, how did you learn how to read that piece of music so fast? And they answer, I've read a lot of music. He's talking about literal garbage collectors like the guys. That would make more sense. O'Camel's in shambles. O'Camel's gonna figure out how to not have garbage collection for a bunch of stuff. Oxidizing O'Camel, by the way. I don't think he's actual. I think he's just memeing. Okay. So then the next. So what we need to do is we're gonna say. So we'll put to do. I need to record the video here. Record the video. It's good. Well, so let's start with something like this. A reference counting garbage collector. Ref count. Garbage collector. is one of the simpler versions of garbage collection. Effectively, let's say the algorithm goes something like this. When you create an object, it gets a reference count. When you basically say all objects have a reference count integer. We'll say something like this, right? When you create a new collection, I don't know how you want to say this. It's because it's I don't really just want to say like when you reference the object, you increment the reference count. And maybe that is basically all you do, right? And when an object that references and when I don't want to say that references I don't want to say object so many times. What is the format of Vim meme? It's just called help. Could I take my notes like that? I guess maybe, yeah. I guess it's probably meme a bit, but OCaml proving the point. Well, OCaml's proving the point that maybe you could do some tricks to like both speed up memory things a lot and also make your type system more expressive with it. But yeah, I think like, but you don't want the garbage collector to go away completely in OCaml. You think it's worth learning Vimotions earlier? Or should I just focus on actually coding? If you think Vimotions are fun, then you can learn them. Seems good. See? What? When that object is referenced, its reference count is incremented. Yeah, we'll do this. When any object that references an object is garbage collected. Oops, no, I want to say an object is garbage collected, the reference count is decremented. When an object's reference count reaches 0, the object is garbage collected. In the video, I'll explain this a little bit more, but I think that's probably pretty close to what I want to try and say. When any object's reference count reaches 0, the object is garbage collected. Yeah. Counting ref count, garbage collector is one of the simpler versions of garbage collection. I think I'll probably save most of the pros and cons talk for inside of the video. I don't know that I want to repeat all of it. So we'll just probably leave this as the introduction. And then when I record the video, maybe I'll add some more points, but we'll sort of see, I think. So that's good. That's good. Oops. Oh, I'll yeah, so what did I do inside of here? Incomplete, we have snake object C. So that, or .h, that's the one that we're going to need to add ref count to. So we say in snake object H. Initialize the ref count field to 1 when this change will be in snake new.c. Note, we've created a new snake object function so that you don't have to remember to include this change in every single new function for snake length. Okay, so that's good. By updating the new snake object function. Okay, great. Okay, so that seems pretty good. That's, I think, what we need to say for that. So then when we check this, right, this should be here. And that should be that. This should be here. Okay, so that's definitely not right. That's way too far. And we should do this here. We say to do for them. Set ref count to 1. We'll just put this actually up here. I don't want to say exactly where it should go. For new objects. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. There shouldn't be any changes here. And then here's what we need to do is they need to take this and they need to actually add this in the incomplete. To do. Okay, great. So that's all good. Wonderful. I'll just null check every allocation realistically. Well, realistically, it's pretty important if you are going to ship it to other people because it could happen and then you would be accessing null memory and it could be really bad. But you could just do something like safe malloc or make your own function or something if you really wanted to that just checks if it's null and then like exits. You know what I mean? But like it just depends. What do you mean? I'm writing something for myself for a fun project. Probably doesn't matter. No one's going to try and no one can use that exploit to do bad things to your computer. You know what I'm saying? You're shipping it to other people. You want to be careful about everything. Especially if that thing like touches the internet or does other stuff like that, right? It's just very different depending on what kind of projects you're doing. Reference count garbage collector. We won't be implementing anything like detecting scopes, suppressing files, or interpreting. We're just looking at garbage main functions. You'll be not incrementing, implementing are this. Yeah, cool. Best software sometimes don't have options. Typically work on Vim because many other people use ID, so we use Vim plugin for that ID. Yeah, seems good. I don't think everyone has to use. I don't think everyone has to use NeoVim. I think you guys should use whatever works well for you. Why can you not see us? I can see you. It's fun to be objective. I mean, the NVim plugin for VS Code sucks. Okay. I don't know. Don't know what to tell you. He can. Just posting, getting stuff done. We sure are. We sure are getting stuff done. Which will be exercised in the test for each of the lessons. Assignment. We'll start with which is the simplest function. It just needs to implement the ref count field and pretty there. That's all. There we go. That's pretty easy. That is pretty easy. Oops. Oops. Okay, that's good. This works just fine. Oops. Well, I just joined. Can you summarize a project you're doing now? Love to catch up. Sure, I'm working on my course for boot.dev, which is all about memory management. And we're getting close to the end. Okay, sweet. Yep, that one doesn't need to change anything, and that one doesn't need to change anything, and that one doesn't need to change anything. Awesome. That was pretty easy, right? Hopefully, new things. Now things are gonna start getting a little more complicated. When we think about a ref count GC, the interesting stuff happens when the ref count equals 0. That's when we actually collect the garbage. Up until then, we're just keeping track of the count as we go. Russ and Haskell, can I apply a Go job with 0 experience? Yeah, sure. I think if you write any programming language at a professional level, you can at least apply to any job. Up until now, you've been exploring how in C you have to manually, but if you can remember back to the slow and easy days of Python, you never had to think about freeing an object when it was no longer referenced out of scope. This is the feature that we're going to start building now. For first pass of this, we will only do for integers, keep things simple. As we go a little further, we'll implement it for the rest of the kinds that we build for Snake Object T. Implement ref count dec, which should take the ref count, which should decrement the ref count. Then check if the ref count is reached, and if so, call ref count free on the object. I got a job as Go dev with 0 no experience as a dev. There you go. Nice. For now, only for the integer and float kind. We'll handle the other kinds as we move forward in the chapter. If you don't know about a stack, it'll just be a week or two of stressful learning, but you still get the job. For lots of stacks, yeah. Like, hopefully you've been learning how to learn. You know what I mean? And then that will make you faster. Oops. Yep, that's good. So we need to take all of this. Oh, well, we definitely don't need. Oops. I don't think we shouldn't need M unit in here. Okay. Ref count inc obj null. So this is where we're gonna do to do and to do. I have learning fast and identifying the crucial concepts, filtering out. Yeah, just checking in. Say hi. Oh, what's up? This is the Camo. All right, so that looks good. Yeah, these should all be. Yeah, we don't need these to be commented anymore because those are good. Shouldn't be anything different for any of these other ones. Beautiful. So it should all be. Yes, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yep. See ya. C course, that's what we're working on. Yep. Memory management for integer. Neither of these kinds need to do any freeing for Focus Call because they don't have any additional allocation. Just need to free this. We have more complicated things. This is very similar to the idea of how we had to create, or we should maybe say that this is the parallel. I don't know how I want to say that. Well, let me go pee and then I'll figure it out. Wow. Hey. Fancy meeting you here at the end of the video. Just go ahead, give it a smash. You know, wow, the like button. You can make fun of me in the comments for that one. I don't even care because you made it to the end of this video. Thanks, everybody. See ya.